A father, a mother, and their newly born twins. Within a month of their birth, the mother died. A few days later, the baby boy died. So did the baby girl.
मेरे गांव में एक मां का मृत्यु हुई है.
A woman died in my village. She started getting some pain when she was in the 9th month. Her family thought that was normal. They did not pay any attention, although she was complaining of getting a lot of pain. The husband also did not take it seriously and went to the neighboring village to attend a fair. At night, when her pain became more severe, they called the village healer, the Ojha, offered prayers and performed rituals. But still, they did not take any decision about what to do. Also, the village is at the edge of the jungle and elephants sometimes come out. So nobody wants to step out of the village. So going to the hospital at night is really very difficult. In the morning, they called the midwife from the next village. But by the time she reached, the pain had become unbearable. Only then the family thought of arranging for transport. They took her to the closest hospital, but with all the delay, the case had become so complicated. The hospital did not receive her and she was referred to another hospital which was quite far away. On the way, the woman died.
In our village of Bijadi, mothers and children used to die at childbirth. We felt so helpless. We did not know what to do. How to stop these tragedies? We did everything that we knew. We used herbs and home remedies. We went to the Ojha. We did puja path and prayers. But women and children still died. Then slowly we came together, sat down for meetings. And that is how we gained information about our health.
This is a story of hope and change. It is the story of a people and a place which the mainstream has neglected, where poverty, illiteracy, lack of infrastructure, and poor service delivery still remain facts of life, where concern for health, especially of pregnant women and newly born babies, ranks very low on the list of priorities. This is the story of a predominantly tribal population living in remote areas of two eastern states of Jharkhand and Orissa, and the small but determined steps that they are taking as they set out on their journey towards information and empowerment.
We at Ekjut believe that those who are poor, those who are disadvantaged, those who belong to Adivasi communities, all these people also have a right to information that impacts their health. The participatory learning and action cycle that we designed was born out of this belief.
The participatory learning and action cycle works with the group. It empowers the group. It is a cycle of 10 meetings, with one meeting taking place every month. It is a very planned and systematic approach. The village women come together, sit together, share their experiences, learn from each other, and support each other. All this is initiated by the facilitators, whom we call Sahayogis. The facilitators are also from the same community, and their role is...
I am a Sahayogi, a facilitator. My work is to improve the health of pregnant women and newborn babies.
When I conduct group meetings with the women of the village, my role is not that of a teacher. I am there to encourage them, to support them,
Helping the women to identify their problems, encouraging them to discover which problem is the most urgent, making them think about solutions. All this happens in group meetings.
The women have to learn how to look after their health, especially during pregnancy and childbirth, They have to become more aware. Together, we have to bring change.
Our facilitators come from the same community as the women. So already there's a common bond. We build on that with training inputs. There's a 5-day training program when they join us. There's also an ongoing process of sharing technical inputs with the facilitators. But first, a playful way to tell them about one of our core beliefs. Think of Munni as an organization and Nitima as the community. What is happening here is that Munni alone is bearing the entire load and the community is not sharing any of the responsibility. Not only that, the community is totally dependent on the organization. We at Ekjut do not want to work like this. In the second pair, the organization bears the load of the community only for some time, after which it abandons the community. When such an approach is taken, sooner or later, the group disintegrates because it has no direction, no sense of what it has to do next. The third pair is walking merrily hand in hand. Both the organization and the community are together, on par. We at Ekjut want to be like that. We want to work together with the community. We want to learn from each other so that we can go the distance.
Getting the women to stop their work, leave their homes, and come to the meetings is one of the first challenges faced by the facilitator. She meets the women in their homes. She talks to them, tries to understand their problems and their cultural practices. In this way, she learns from them and also motivates them. And thus begins the cycle of 10 meetings, the first 5 of which focus on identifying and prioritizing problems related to pregnancy and childbirth.
This is our 5th meeting. In this meeting, the women have selected the problems that they think are the most crucial. They did this by playing the 6 pebble game. They put 3 pebbles against the problem which they thought was the most urgent, 2 pebbles against the second most urgent problem, and so on.
The meetings are held in the open. All are welcome to attend. Mothers-in-law, daughters-in-law, adolescent girls. The men may not directly participate, but they are there, watching and listening, and in this way picking up important messages.
The women have identified 2 problems, the mother having excessive bleeding and the newborn baby getting tetanus.
The facilitator tells a story. She herself has created the pictures as well as the story about a woman named Sumi who's 21 years old, has 4 children and is now expecting her 5th child. The methodology of storytelling allows the women to identify with the characters and the situations depicted. They are better able to relate to their own life experiences, discuss the prioritized problems, understand the causes and effects, and find doable solutions.
Through storytelling, we make the women understand the consequences. One story may be about a mother who gets fever because the delivery did not take place in a clean place. Another story could show what happens when the baby is not wrapped immediately after birth. Many things like this we show through the stories we create. It helps the women to remember similar incidents and relate them to their life experiences.
It is now time for the bridge game. The facilitator wants the women to figure out the barriers that could arise while implementing the solutions identified in the previous meeting. She also works with them to find practical ways by which the barriers can be overcome, so that the bridge can be crossed and the women can reach the safety of good health that lies on the other side. Pebble game, bridge game, storytelling, picture cards. These are some methodologies that the facilitator uses to involve the women, to make them participate in collective problem solving. Here is another methodology. The role play is a fun way to articulate and demonstrate much of the learning that has taken place so far. That prolonged labor requires immediate hospitalization, which in turn means making arrangements for transport. All this and more is enacted in this role play. Earlier, the umbilical cord was tied only at one place. Now, women insist that the cord is tied at two places. This too is clearly depicted amidst the laughter and the chaos.
In this role play, the women showed what they would do in case of prolonged labor. By now, the women have the information, and when they act it out, it increases their confidence. They feel that if such a problem were to arise, they would be able to take immediate action and take the women to the hospital.
जब से मैं गर्भवती हुई तब हॉस्पिटल जाकर अपना चेकअप करवाई उसके बाद आंगनबाड़ी केंद्र से
Throughout my pregnancy, I've gone to the hospital for checkup and to the Anganwadi for tetanus injection and iron tablets. I have also enrolled in the Mukhyamantри's Mother and Newborn Health Scheme so that we can have the delivery in the government hospital. I am also paying attention to what I eat. My husband brings green vegetables and other nutritious things from the market, and he sees that I eat properly. We have made all the arrangements. If the delivery has to take place at home, we have kept aside a nice clean cloth and also chosen a good midwife.
I think it is very important to keep money aside for transport. I have made arrangement for transport, and I have told the transport fellow I may need him anytime, day or night, because the delivery can happen anytime.
I am a midwife. When I get called, I first clean the room where the delivery is going to take place. Then I ask for water and soap. Someone pours the water and I wash and dry my hands like this before going in for the delivery. I make the mother lie down on this sheet. Then I put the blade and the thread in boiling water. I keep everything ready. When the baby comes, I tie the cord in 2 places and put the cut in between. I put the baby to the mother's breast after cleaning it properly. We don't give the baby a bath that very day, but we bathe the baby only after 2 or 3 days.
Today is the big day, the day of the 10th and final meeting. The women and the facilitators will share with the entire village and with visitors from neighboring villages what they have learnt, the problems they have prioritized, and the solutions that they are confident of implementing. They will ask for help and cooperation from the entire village, from the headman, from the school teacher, from the men, from adolescents. They will demand their rights and entitlements from the government so that the entire village can begin its collective journey towards a better and healthier life.
To all of you, men, women and children who have gathered here this morning, a very warm welcome. For the past 2.5 years, the women of our village have come together, had meetings every month. We have learned to recognize the problems related to pregnancy and childbirth and how to decrease the death of newborn babies. We talk about our problems. We decide which are the most urgent ones and how to find solutions and how to get past the barriers that could arise while carrying out the solutions. We are now equipped with information and we are determined to cross the bridge and take our village to the other side of good health.
We have learned that if we eat proper food, if we take rest, the baby will stay healthy. If we do not pay attention to our diet, if we do not eat on time, then the baby will become weak. It will get less blood and we will have a difficult time during delivery. Therefore, it is very important that we eat good food and we eat properly.
Earlier, pregnant women did not pay much attention to their surroundings. But now, they know about mosquitoes and malaria. They sleep inside a mosquito net. In the rainy season, they put sand and cover the ditches. And in the night, they burn neem leaves to drive away the mosquitoes.
Earlier, after the delivery, the mother was not given proper food. No vegetables, no vitamins, nothing that would help her get back her strength. But now, we know what to do and how to take the village towards goodness and health.